Hello world of YouTube 2021. Once again, I am back. Last time I had a reboot on my channel, I had the intent of posting 3 or 4 times a month, and as we all know, that definitely didn't happen. I think I maybe posted 6 times total. And you know, life just kind of happened. I didn't have as much motivation, so I just kind of left it for a bit. And then the year 2020 happened, and we all know how that year went. In terms of COVID, Patricia and I kind of had some close calls, but luckily we've never gotten it. We've stayed pretty remote for the most part, and if we did hang out with anybody, it was mainly virtually. Honestly, a whole lot didn't happen last year for us. We worked, we did as much as we could remotely. We added another kitten to our family, the one who keeps interrupting me over there. And we bought a house, we drank a lot, and we just kind of hung out at home. So today I'm back. Like last time I tried to reboot my channel, I was going to post a lot of the footage I had gathered up to that point. And now again for this reboot, I still have that footage, and I've got footage from last year, and I think even the year before that. So before I move on to the stuff I've got planned for this year, I'm going to play catch up with all of that. Now for this video, I just wanted to give a brief update on life and then use the time to kind of talk about my New Year's resolutions. And some I'm definitely going to film, others I'll probably mention in some way or in some video form. But I've got a lot of big plans for this year. There's no particular order for these resolutions, but I'm going to do my best to make sure I accomplish as many of them as I can. And I'm calling this year the year of progress for myself. I'm kind of branding my whole YouTube channel around it. And I know it's cheesy, but sometimes you need a lot of that in life. First and foremost, I'm making a relatively simple goal for me to achieve, and that is to post at least once a month. And for now, I'll make sure that that first post is going to be the first Friday of every month. And if I do post another video that month, it's going to be on the subsequent Friday, just to keep it consistent. Now, I've been saying this for years and years and years and years, but I'm going to not get 1, but 2 tattoos this year. I'm going to try reading a lot more this year. Now, I'm heavily into manga, so I definitely read a lot of that every month, but I want to read an actual physical copied book. And I own all of the Dark Tower series by Stephen King, and it's a pretty extensive series. So I think I'm going to make that my goal for the year. And speaking of reading an anime, my big anime accomplishment for this year is going to be to catch up on One Piece. Now, by catch up, I mean catch up on the anime and the manga, because I think I'm on episode 600 something for One Piece. And I know there's about 950 or so. So I've still got a long way to go for that. And I know there's 1,000+ chapters for One Piece. So I got my work cut out for me, but this will be the year that I finally catch up. I'm also going to be a lot healthier this year. By being remote a lot last year, I definitely partook in more fast food and drinking than I should have. And it's just easier to do that when you're stuck at home all day. And it's just an easy activity to do. So this year I'm trimming that down tremendously and trying to stay away from as much fast food, pop, and alcohol as I can. I'm not going to completely eliminate it, so that way I can kind of coast into it a lot better. And I'm also going to make sure I stick to meal plans. And I'm going to eat lots and lots of smoothies. That's for you, Graham. Lots of smoothies. I will be Smoothie King. I didn't get to do this last year, but I really want to participate in a 5K run. Whether that's the color run, the mud run, any of those runs doesn't really matter to me. I just wanted to participate in one. And you know, COVID happened, so it kind of made that whole thing pretty difficult. So I'm hoping this year COVID will be better under control. It'll be a lot safer. And if it is safer, I'll definitely do it this year. I'm also going to try something new once a month. I don't know if I'll film any of these because I'm not entirely sure to the extent of what I'll be doing. But I know one of the biggest things that I really want to try is a little bit of woodworking. Which brings me to my next resolution. This one I'm probably the most pumped about, and the one I'm probably going to make sure I definitely accomplish. Because one of my biggest goals for the year is to build a pretty badass board game table. Now, it's not a surprise to people who know me that, you know, I'm a board game nerd. I think I own between 30 and 40 board games, with at least 50 that I want. And playing some of my board games on the table we have, there's almost not enough space to play, or at least play comfortably. So the goal is to build a big enough table to house my biggest board games, and enough people to where we can all sit comfortably around the table. And official board game tables online tend to cost around $5,000, like good ones. And I know that I'm capable of building a table that I would like significantly cheaper than that. Now, I've never done any kind of woodworking in my life, but I'm really good at researching my hobbies. And for something like this is definitely something I'll research, make sure I know all the ins and outs, so that way I'm as prepared as I can be when I start working on the project. And this is definitely something I'll be filming, just because I think it'll be interesting to see how how good or how bad I do with this table. Honestly, I think I'll be all right. It doesn't seem too complicated for what I want to do with it, but I think it'll be fun to show. Honestly, there's definitely a lot more that I had planned for the year that I'm just not going to get into right now, just for the sake of keeping the video short, but you get the idea. I'm going to try and do a lot this year. This time I'll make sure to post at least once a month, and I'm pretty confident I'll be able to do that this year, so here's to a crazy year of progress. I'll see you next time.